Aries, welcome to your October 2018 with Star Tarot. I am going to start off by saying that this message will not resonate with everyone. It couldn't possibly. But like I always say, pick up what I'm putting down and simply leave the rest. Now, you may hear my peaceful jazz in the background. Sometimes I do rain sounds, but this is when I'm most creative, most relaxed. And so I put this on. I try to do it very low so that I can only hear it. I know that on, I think it was Pisces video, I didn't have anything in the background, but I was talking rather low. It was really late. And a few people said that they couldn't hear me, or they couldn't hear me well. So I'm going to try to speak up some to make sure that you can hear me. So I hope that I'm not screaming and I hope you're not distracted. If you do hear a little bit of something in the background, it's my jazz or my rain sounds, and it definitely helps me to stay focused. So all right, Aries, we're going to just get right into it. And as a reminder, if there is anyone that's interested in a personal reading, because this may not resonate with you fully, or if you're feeling like it does and you need a little bit more information, the information is down below. So, getting right into it, Aries, this Guardian card came out for your overall energy, and Scorpio had this as their, was it their overall energy? I think it was their overall energy as well. So this card speaks about feeling alone, even in amongst other individuals. Even if you are alone and you are doing something that involves, you having a lot of responsibility, you still have friends or family around you maybe, but you still feel alone. Even if you are working on something with someone, you're still feeling alone. So we definitely need to get into this, Aries, and see why you're feeling this way. But I did pull a card for your focus, and these are fairly new cards, so I do want to, let's see, we're going to go ahead and discuss the Moon Tree card, because this is the first time I have used the Moon Tree card, but it did pop out as your focus, Aries. So it is saying that an old idea resurfaces, conditions are now right. The moon is in alignment with your heavenly star. Nurture this idea with love and positive energy. You will achieve positive results. Okay? So this is definitely a card that speaks about old ideas resurfacing, the conditions now being in the right position in order for you to play this out. And this also goes on to say, it mentions that the card represents a marriage of some kind. Now, it might not be a marriage between, two individuals that are becoming one and, living their lives together, although it could be, but it also is a marriage between the physical and the spiritual and bringing those two things together. And with that being said, something new is born. And I do think that that is really, really important, considering that you're feeling alone and knowing that half of you is fully exposed and the other half is feeling shadowed. But if you look at this card closely, there is a angel standing behind you. So, you know, whatever your faith is, if you have a faith, you know that there's always something bigger than us here in the physical. So in the spiritual realm, it could be loved ones, spirit guides, it could be, God, it could be, the universe, however you perceive your faith. And if you do believe in people that have passed on that are, there to guide you through your life on earth, you're really not as alone as you think you are. And in the moon tree, what I hear it saying is you need to take your physical self and your spiritual self and collide those two things together in order to make sense of all this. And once you do that, I think that you'll realize that you're not alone, Aries. Even if you are taking care of things that only involve you. All right, so with that being said, we're going to dive right into the tarot cards and get a further insight on what's going on in your life, okay, Aries? So, the way I did this reading this time was your recent past, just to get a starting point. And in your recent past, you were able to manifest something, or you did manifest something in your life. And I believe that it was or had something to do with following your heart. You followed your heart on a situation and you totally made it happen. Now, this could have been a situation as far as relationship, because the King of Cups is, as a U card, is stating that, you're following your heart. So that is why I'm saying you manifested something, you followed your heart, and it could possibly be that you did start to see someone, maybe a Libra, maybe a Scorpio, and it doesn't have to be, but for some reason I feel the need this time to really say the names that could be associated with the signs here. But you manifested something with an individual possibly here, and this individual was very warm-hearted. This person was, you know, someone that had a lot of charisma, and you felt drawn to them if this was an individual that you were dealing with. But they may have been someone that was either young as an age, or they possibly could have been young mentally, like young minded, or they may have been someone that was just starting out in the world and didn't really have a lot to offer. They're in the beginning stages of what life really means. Now, if this is the situation where there was someone that you were involved with, this became a codependent type of situation. And sometimes that happens when you start to date someone that's either younger than you, young minded, or they haven't really experienced a lot in life. And there could have been some codependency issues here. Now, this could also symbolize that this individual, may have had some type of addictions, that were involved within them. And so, here we have this warm-hearted, charismatic individual, but then this situation becomes toxic because there is some form of addictions. Could be drug or alcohol. It could also be an addiction, a sex addiction, or easily tempted or tempting other individuals within or outside of your relationship. So it looks like that is something from your recent past here that you dealt with, Aries. But it does look like here in the present, you will make some better choices, some intelligent mindset towards this situation with this individual. You might receive some useful information, or you may just be using some more intelligence when it comes to what this person is actually here for, and what they're able to offer. Now, the Page of Cups speaks about love news, and I think that in this reading here, it really speaks about you, Aries. I think that that it's time to enjoy life's pleasures. I think that this situation here, this toxic situation, really, really did throw you through a loop. And I think, this individual does have a lot to learn in life. Like I said, they're just starting out, and they might be youthful in age or mentally, And, you know, the Page of Cups is also the same. This is a young hearted individual, and I think that you, no matter what your age is, you are pretty young hearted as well. So I think that's where the connection came. But at this point, now that you're using your further intelligence, um, this here with the Page of Cups, if this is something, you know, an offer coming from this individual that is toxic, maybe they're, you know, pleading with you to take this to the next step, or maybe you're still involved with them, Aries, and you're knowing that this is a toxic situation. There's some codependency here, but you're trying to use your better judgment, but you also have some feelings for this individual, so you might be considering this love news. Um, but I feel like you definitely know that it's wise to kind of hold back and not to rush in. And that's why, you know, with this page, this individual, it's almost like they're contemplating this offer. It's like, you know, I kind of want to. It's kind of tempting, but I know that I better not rush things, especially if you're suspecting, you know, that there's some toxic, you know, elements to this. Now, if you haven't already, because this is in the present, your your thoughts were right here, and it was good that you did give a pause, because there is going to be some heartbreak and there is going to be some sorrow when it comes to this situation. Now there is three swords here, so it could be associated with third party situations. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but a lot of readers seeing threes in terms of breakups or interference in relationships may read it as third party situation. Now, in the future, though, your hope will definitely be restored. You will definitely know that, you know, through having hope and through guidance, because that's what the star card is. And it did also come out with the Three of Cups. So there's going to be some guidance that you receive through friends here to get through this situation. And also, the Three of Cups is a card that can speak of a lot of things. Third party, if it would have come out with the Three of Swords, definitely would have clarified that it was a third party situation. But because it did come out with the Star card, this is, you know, celebration. This is collaborating with friends and getting that guidance and support with friends. But it could also symbolize new birth. So for some of you, you might be expecting, or you might have a new baby in the home, and it could be something that has happened out of this situation. I like to kick out as many descriptions of the card, because you never know who you can reach that way. Now, with the King of Wands, as I meditated over the cards here, you know, this definitely does speak about an honorable individual. In this reading here, as I, you know, pulled these cards and the questions I asked, the King of Wands definitely symbolizes you needing to express yourself as an individual. Okay, Aries, because I feel like in the recent past, you may not have expressed yourself um, most effectively. But out with the King of Wands, the Strength card also comes out and symbolizes that yes, you do need to express yourself. You do need to handle this situation with care and very honorable, because I do get the sense that this communication, the way that you need to express yourself, is necessary, but it needs to be with tact, and it could be a family member that you're needing to express yourself to because of this situation. Maybe they're somewhat in your business about it. Maybe they're there as a support to you right now while you're going through this and you fully appreciate it, but maybe they're kind of overstepping their bounds of what they're saying and doing. Or this could honestly be you and this person and you needing to express yourself and, really let them know, in strength what is up. Now, through all of this, I know you've had some guidance, from friends and possibly family, but you're still going to have the feeling of being left out in the cold, Aries. And this is why you're getting this Guardian card here, I believe. You're doing a lot here, and I suspect that you're doing it alone. And even though there was a situation with an individual early on in your recent past, right now you've been going through this situation trying to figure all of this out. And for some of you, if I look at the Five of Pentacles with the child involved and the Three of Cups, that sometimes symbolizes, new birth or new pregnancy. And in the moon tree, we talk about new births of things, new starts, and things like that. You might be feeling left out in the cold because you are possibly a single parent at this time, and maybe it's because of this situation. Now, it doesn't always have to be that. You might just be feeling left out in the cold because for some reason you're just feeling alone. You're feeling completely isolated. You do have people around you and people that are willing to guide you and to give you hope and support you, but internally there's something missing where you feel alone. Now, the Emperor came out with the Five of Pentacles, which to me states that maybe the individual that is making you feel like you're out in the cold is someone that has tried to control you or has controlled the situation enough to push you out in the cold, and this could be an individual that could possibly be the father of your child. Because we don't want to look at this as gender based, I guess we could look at it as, you know, mother of a child. We try not to give these cards too much gender, but because it does symbolize there is fatherness with the Emperor, is very masculine. It could be the father of someone's child. Now, with the Lover's card coming out here, Aries, you are signaled to love yourself. This Lover's card, there's so many different meanings, as you know, with all of these cards I've expressed. But this card for you and then this reading is expressing that you need to take the time to love yourself. And I think that is why you are feeling so left out in the cold, even when you do have individuals around you. And I do understand that you've had some heartache and pain, but this isolated feeling that's going on with you is a little bit more deeper than just this situation. This is a repeated feeling of being alone. This is a repeated situation of toxic situations. And there's just something emotional that you've had experienced in this situation and past relationships and situations and possibly even in childhood. So there is some healing that needs to take place here, and it does look like, this, taking the time to love yourself also involves healing. Now, we are looking at the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is love, it's partnerships, new and old. And so when I did this reading, I'm knowing that the Lover's card came out because it's letting you know that, hey, you need to love yourself before you can move forward in love. And there will be new love coming your way, Aries. So let's go ahead and do a couple of things here. I don't like um, that Guardian card. To me, it does have a negative tone, but it definitely lets us know what's going on. I feel like, again, I'll reiterate, I feel like this situation has left you feeling alone. For some of you that might have just had a new baby, you're feeling alone and doing everything that you have to do. And if not, I'm feeling like maybe you're feeling like I'm single again and I'm alone again. And, this is just an energy that can be rather dark and it can go down a dark path. But if we focus on what the moon tree has to say, that getting ourselves together physically and spiritually will bring you whole again. And then, you can focus on loving yourself and finding some healing in that. Because I will let we attract what we are. So if we're broken and we're feeling half as individuals, we're going to attract people that are broken and half individuals, and that's just not going to work. So, yeah, it says it's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Yeah, I think that maybe even getting involved with this individual, maybe you still had your guard up from situations in the past, or maybe you let it fully down and now you feel like on guard, but you are going to find that hope and that guidance to feel open again, with friends and family around, and it is safe. But just remember, Aries, that just because it's safe for you to open up your mind and your heart to love, do not forget to love yourself first, okay? And I want to get one more of these out, and then I'm going to pull a, oh, there they are. I was looking for my cards here. Let's see. Yeah. So, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So, yeah, when it becomes safe again, I'm hearing that this is what you need to do. You need to take the time to really get to know this individual, because this person here, I'm not sure if there was, much time invested in that. And then, how appropriately, love yourself first. Your self respect makes you more romantically attractive. Absolutely. We just got done saying that. You have to love yourself first. Once you do that and you're open, and you feel it's safe to love, there's going to be passion in this situation. And wedding. It says this situation involves a marriage. So these are the cards, that have definitely come out um, for your reading. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead, pull postcard. Really feel like we need to get as much guidance as we can at this point and as much reassurance, because this whole feeling alone, I think we've all probably experienced it at one point in time, and we just need to, basically cling on to as much information, advice, guidance, that sort of thing that we can. And okay, here's the message. It says, "Dearest you, we bet you must be exhausted some days, giving as much as you do. Sharing your energy so beautifully in service to the highest good can leave you feeling depleted, like an empty well. If it feels as if there's no more water for you, The good news is we have a plan. Today, go take a relaxing bath, book a massage, read a novel, buy yourself flowers, or plant some in your garden. Make time for self care, not more work on yourself by tending to yourself now. You are reminded to do some more often. And be sure to use a word that might have caused anxiety in the past but is essential for your well being now. No. Say it with us. No, thank you. No, I can't. You do not have to explain. Just say no. Gently but firmly. Then go for a soak. Life will wait for you to bring yourself back to center, replenished and ready for more adventure. Yeah, that's your message here. And all of that says giving back to yourself, self love, choosing you first. Okay, Aries, and that's what you need to do. I feel like you're probably feeling alone because you're doing so much and you're doing so much by yourself. Or maybe you've just come to a point in your life where you're tired of doing everything alone. You know? You're tired of that. And so I don't know, but Aries, I don't like the way that you guys are feeling. I feel like, you know, I just don't want this to get to a point of depression. I see that you guys are going to, lean on to your closest people here and get this guidance, but it shows here that you're still going to feel out in the cold. So lean and lean hard on these individuals and, seek and love yourself. We're seeing this again. Love yourself and love yourself hard, okay? Because all of the other stuff is going to come. But it's time for you to put yourself first, Aries. And I think that you know that. So, anyway, I will be doing some more readings here. I'll probably do a healing reading for you all. I am an empath, so when I see things like this, it definitely downloads within me. And my heart really goes out to you all. Again, if anyone is interested in getting a personal reading or needs dream interpretation or life or wellness coaching, those are the other services I do provide. Go ahead and email me using the information below. Aries, I will be thinking of you in love and light, and I hope to see y'all on the other side.